the purpose and the key ingredients of a sustainability strategy. A sustainability strategy is like any strategy, whether that's an operations strategy, a business strategy, a marketing strategy. The idea is to put down in one place what your organization wants to achieve and how it's going to achieve that. So it's really important that the strategy clearly communicates what the ambition is and how the organization will get there. And a really good way to do this is to think about the priorities in your organization. So sustainability is a very, very broad topic. In some places, water could be the primary sustainability concern. So if, for example, you're living somewhere like the United Arab Emirates, which is majority desert, water is going to be much higher up your priorities list than if you're living in Manchester, where I live, where it does rain most days. Equally, if you're in a very remote rural community, maybe part of your sustainability strategy is your business will operate in a way that supports that local economy, makes the best use of local and natural resources. Whereas if you're in a city, it might be slightly different ways of interacting with that community. And just as a quick sort of aside, sustainability, a good way to think about sustainability is as a stool with three legs. You've got to think about the environmental sustainability of your business, the social sustainability aspects, and the economic sustainability aspects. And today's webinar, we are going to have a bit of a focus on environmental sustainability, as this is mostly where Innovative Energy Consultants works. But I don't want people to forget those other aspects, because if you could have the best environmental sustainability strategy in the world, but if you're not helping the communities that you work in, that those good things that you're doing the benefits aren't really being felt by the people around you. And if you forget about your economic sustainability, the business won't exist after a few years. And so all of that good work will cease to exist. So just going back to priorities in your sustainability strategy, are you addressing the economic, the social, and the environmental, or is the focus really on the environmental side or the social side? And that's something that is really important to decide up front. What is the purpose of this strategy? And once you've understood that, what are the goals? So I often see organizations start with a headline target, like we'll be net zero by 2050. And I don't think that's quite the right way to do it, because a lot of the time you don't have the data to know whether that's realistic. So when I say goals, I don't mean necessarily putting time-bound specific targets that you might not have the information to make. So a goal could be something like, by the end of 2026, we will understand our carbon footprint and be in a position to set a net zero target. Or it could be, by the end of 2027, everyone in our organization will be carbon literate. So when you set the goals that you're setting in your strategy, need to be appropriate for where your organization is at. And then finally, the purpose of having a sustainability strategy is to communicate what your organization's priorities and goals are, not just to the people working inside your organization, but also to your customers, to your supply chain, to potential stakeholders that are looking to invest, or regulators might be looking to have this information. So a really core benefit that I have seen of having very public sustainability strategies for a lot of our clients is that it then makes it easier for their supply chain to understand what information they're going to need. And it just helps create that collaboration in getting that data in place, in understanding where emissions are coming from, where water is being used, and actually working together to make the change. Because sustainability is a really complicated problem. If it was simple, we'd have solved climate change. We wouldn't be worrying about these events. And so creating visibility through a sustainability strategy is a great way to get people working together on solving what is really one of the biggest problems and challenges that we are facing as a global society. The key ingredients to any good sustainability strategy, like any strategy really, are a vision. What is the ambition? Where does your organization aspire to go? So the example I've got here of a future where everyone has access to reliable, clean and affordable energy, I've actually lifted that from Octopus Energy. And that vision is very linked to what their core business is, which is providing energy. And it's important that any vision statement for your organization's sustainability strategy is aligned to the overall vision statement of the business. Because if your organization is, say, in manufacturing, and your vision is about providing the most circular economy components that you can provide to your customers, that's quite aligned, that you're looking to use resources effectively. Whereas if you had a vision statement that was about people using public transport, that's not really aligned to the core business of a manufacturing company, and it can be jarring. Similarly with the mission statement, which is the objective and how you will reach this, having that alignment with the core business mission is really, really helpful to making sure that your sustainability strategy will actually be implemented and enacted, and that the changes will be made. And then the final ingredient is pillars. So as we mentioned before, sustainability is a really broad topic, and it's important to understand what are the priorities within sustainability for your organization. And we've found that pillars are a really nice, clean, easy way to express these. So some examples could be clean energy, or it could be governance. So having sustainability embedded into all procurement and decision-making criteria. Other examples that I've seen, for example, in the education sector, is that sustainability will be woven into the curricula. So it's all about picking those aspects of sustainability where your organization can really make a difference, and using your sustainability strategy as a way of communicating to both the people working for your organization, but also to your customers, your supply chain, how you're going to push the needle, move the dial on within those key areas.